Mm. Well, hello and welcome and welcome and hello and welcome. It's un Poco Mas. My name is DannyDealz. Happy Turdkey Day, everybody. Happy Turdkey Day. It is November 22nd, 2023. It's Thanksgiving Eve. It is 11 a.m. out here in beautiful, sunny Los Angeles. It's a spring-like day. And the SoFi stock really moving up nicely today. The markets are bright green. SoFi's up 30 cents. Just made a big move up there. The volume is very nice. It's not crazy. It's not light. It's just what we want as bulls. I've been telling you guys, the bears and the shorts are completely upside down on this one. The fact that they were just shorting the stock extremely heavily in the mid sixes just made absolutely no sense to me. There's new data out, guys. SoFi is now by assets the 80th largest bank in the United States. So 20, almost, I believe, 22 billion in assets on the books. So they're moving up, and Noto says, they're going to be a top 10 financial institution, and a lot of people scoff at that, but they just moved up 10 positions on that list in the last quarter alone. I think those filings were from September 30th, I believe. But anyway, guys, so 27 going on 28 million shares traded on the day. The algo is trying to push this thing sideways. Um, and they were covering earlier, guys. They were covering heavily earlier. Not heavily, but they had covered up, I think almost 2 million shares. Um, and now they're basically trying to defend the calls at $7, which are, and you can see those are really the only calls left on the board. Everything else, the 650s, those have opened up, but at 7, the open interest was 34,000 contracts. The volume is still 19,000 contracts. So obviously, shorts and bears are going to do everything they can to try to defend that position. Now, as you see the stock come close to $7, if you look at what's happening with the short interest, they would return, or net borrowed change was negative 1.5 million. So they were covering up pretty heavily, almost 2 million shares at one point there, and now that's gone all the way back under a half a million. So in the last hour or so, they borrowed another million shares. Yesterday, guys, borrowed another 6.26 million shares. Um, so this short position has just gotten completely illogical, completely out of hand, gotten into squeeze territory. Guys, I want to again wish you a happy Turdkey Day. That's tomorrow. Un Poco Mas, DannyDealz, SoFi Stock, November 22nd, 2023. And guys, in honor of the bologna sandwich failed short attack of 2023, um, don't do turkey tomorrow. Don't do ham. Do a freaking dry bologna sandwich. Hire a guy with a giant forehead, I don't know, Brad Garrett, see if he's available, and show a drive-in movie on the forehead in honor of Giuliano Bologna, the bologna sandwich. Um, so guys, that's not the front door. Um, anyway, sorry guys. Um, so the stock is up 30 cents on the day, 28 million shares traded. If you guys want to see the hello, if you guys want to see the a really good video on this banking positioning, check out Fundamentals of Investing with Tavis. He did a really good video on this last night. Sorry, guys, just had somebody walk in the office and pick something up, kind of distracted me. What's going on, guys? Anybody here? There's 30 some people here. Guys, the stock is sitting right at $7, up 4% on the day. Again, volume is really nice, right in the pocket, 28 million shares. Um, Disabled 30. Yikes. Carl Seamark. Yeah, what's 10? I don't know what 10x is doing right now, Carl. Sorry. Haven't even had a chance to look at anything today, guys. Been really busy at work. Just wanted to jump in. and give you guys a little bit of a heads up that they are in fact reshorting the stock here later in the day, trying to defend $7. I don't think it's going to work. I think too many people are, in fact, coming in to buy the stock. But if you look at yesterday, this short just shot up yesterday. Days to cover went from 3.2 in one day up. I don't know. You can't, they don't have a measurement on that one yet, but it goes all the way up to 4.92. So that is a huge increase in one day. Shares on loan, guys, 152 million. If you just go back to, middle of September, there's 74 million shares on loan. So the shares on loan have doubled in the last 2 months. I'm not saying this is going to be like an Affirm squeeze where, there's 30% short interest, or a Carvana where there's 60% short interest, but this could get very, very interesting very quickly, guys. If we see some big institutions, if we see ARK take a major position, Noto continue to buy, we see the growth story is not only intact and holding up, but it's actually accelerating. You look at they're moving up the list of top, they're not only in the top 100 now, at number 80, they're basically in the top, 4/5. It's like, to get to that top 10 financial institution, to get to that market cap of, $140 billion or so, which is where that, number 10 bank in the United States would be located, it's going to require 10 plus years of execution, but you see the writing on the wall, guys. They were number 446 when they got their, shortly after getting their charter. They had like 2 billion in assets. Shout out to Kyle the stock goat, by the way. If you look at his post on Twitter X, I don't have a Twitter, but anyway, guys, you can see SoFi Bank now number 80 with 2.15 or $21.5 billion dollars in assets, ahead of some of these other bank, Pacific Premier Bank, Eat Our Dust, Bank of Hope, Rockland TC, Stifle Bank and Trust. You guys can suck it. SoFi passed you up. But anyway, guys, this is nothing. They've basically gone from just becoming a bank to cracking the top 100, now cracking the top 80. So every single quarter they're moving up the list. Now there's going to be bigger increments because there's bigger and bigger institutions, in front of them to get up to, just to get up to 72, they have to hit, 26 billion. So probably to crack the next 10, they have to get closer to that 30 billion in assets, but it's not going to take that long at this rate, guys. What's going on, guys? Carl, Phil, hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. We'd like to welcome and say hello to all you guys. It's Un Poco Moss. I'm DannyDealz. Yeah, $7, Bobby. What do you know, huh? There's a big short. What's up, Chaos? What's up, Alberto? Yeah, we can start now. Pick up the cheap stuff, the bologna sandwich. I hear you. Won't be long. Top 50. Yep, Phil, they're moving up very, very quickly. Send the cops for a welfare check. Yeah, Carl, I generally don't make multiple videos a day. I do have a lot of other work to do. Big dog work. It takes precedence over these silly videos. But yeah, when I go on to get a free moment, because obviously the stock's running on the day, I do make videos when the stock is up. I do make videos when the stock is down. And just try not to be selective in that regard. But whatever's happening with the stock, we want to report on it. Let's see here, guys. I am looking at I'm looking at a bullish setup, the likes of which I don't know if I've seen in some time. Upward pressure, the price pressure, it's not just going to come from the short. It's not just going to come from gap net profit. It's not just going to come from institutions buying in. It's not just going to come from the false float theory I've advanced so precariously that a lot of, retail shares are simply not for sale. A lot of people are saying, they're going to sell no sooner than $25 or no sooner than 20 or whatever it might be. So a lot of the shares that they would normally be able to cover with, I just don't think they're gonna sell. And people want to act like this is voodoo, like shorting, holding the price down, manipulation, this bearish activity. It isn't, guys. They are betting against the stock. They are betting against the company. At a certain point, there is a reckoning, and you do have to pay the piper. So, now they're borrowed over 150 million shares, guys. This is not insignificant. This is very, very significant, particularly when SoFi can drop big news at any point on landing one of these major contracts with Galileo. So far, SoFi could drop news on, I don't think they're going to, but on options. There's a lot of different things that Noto might have in his back pocket that he's looking for a selective moment to drop news, make a huge buy. I know he can't, buy on the basis of, insider knowledge, but let's face it. I mean, he already has, 7.3 million shares. It's not like he needs to add. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Bought some more shares, 661. Yep, it's hope everybody. Thanks, Billy Jack. Good message. Southern Hospitality. More money for us bag holders. I agree. 25 or more, 45. Yeah, if you're willing to hold for a number of years, Steven, this stock can go way, way, way up. It's just, they've accomplished so much over the last couple of years. The stock price, I think, is illogically low. The FUD has really gotten through. People believe that, this company may go out of business, that they may have to, have this huge dilution because of interest rates and all these defaults. And a lot of the FUD now around these loans is just, um, it's just basically it's so amplified. Yes, there's going to be more defaults. There's going to be a few more problems as these interest rates, come up, unemployment comes up. SoFi is not going to be unaffected, but SoFi is going to be in a much better position than a lot of other banks. And this is not, again, an existential threat to SoFi. This is a speed bump. This is temporary macro issues being amplified by FUD spreading phony pale turds with huge five heads and bad smirks, and they just, make illogical calls, and it always seems to coincide with a big, big short attack. I don't, you have to draw your own conclusions. Dividend 10 to 50. Oh, yeah. I mean, of course, they'll do a dividend. I mean, they should have huge free cash flows coming in. I think in 10 to 15 years, Galileo will have spun off a long time ago into a whole different company that's worth many times this market cap. I think Galileo will probably actually be worth, more than SoFi. Um, I just have a big vision for Galileo, and I know Noto does too. I know the bank's important. Bank will make money. The bank is the bread and butter. Um, but I just view Galileo as extremely important. There's no new ratings on the stock, guys. You had the bologna sandwich again downgrade to $4. You had Piper Sandler lower from 9 to 850, still 22% upside. He's negative wrong, 56% of the time. Chia wrong, almost 65% of the time. Kevin Barker's right, 60%. Michael Perito, again, these guys are kind of, I don't know about this Lance Jesserun guy. He's came out of nowhere. He used to have the bologna sandwiches desk. He was at BTIG. Now this Lance guy's there in his desk, and he came out on a pump with like a $16 buy, and then just with no rationale cut to 9, still at a buy. So a lot of these guys, like, it's just their mechanics, they're pushing on the stock one way or the other. Their calls don't make any sense. Like, why would the value of SoFi go from 16 to 9 when you're a bull just kind of overnight? It's just like, it just doesn't make sense. You're just kind of looking at the numbers, and the company's doing quite well and growing rapidly, and you're like, yesterday it was worth 16, today it's worth 9. I mean, because of these macro headwinds, interest, it just, a lot of these calls don't make any sense. Like, certain analysts back up their calls. Like, Kevin Barker actually backed up his call. Um, Other analysts, Jeffries, Dan Dolev, these types of analysts, they back up their calls. Citibank. So they're giving you actual numbers, they're giving you their thinking, and then some of these other guys just come out with this illogical FUD, and it's like, up 3. And they just keep saying the same number, and they keep reiterating, and nothing they say actually happens. It's just proven, that they don't really sort of. I don't think it's that they don't know what they're talking about. I think it's that they're, being dishonest intentionally. But of course, I can't prove that. But it's, whatever you want to call it, guys. FUD, manipulation, coordinated shorting, whatever it is, it just didn't work this time. They pushed it down, like 15% or whatever, and then these guys were shorting at the lows. You don't want to short at the lows, guys. That's not how this thing works. Um, Feldner, Feldner, yeah, go against the grain. Why exactly, Billy Jack? Well, they want attention, but I think they also, I think some of their own companies or other associates are actually on the bear side of the trade. I don't think it's so innocent as just they want clicks or likes. This stuff is very, very coordinated. I mean, that one short attack, the Chia pet was downgrading and reiterating almost on a weekly basis. It's crazy. You just don't see that in sort of normal circumstances. But guys, again, just news out. The bologna sandwich is a huge turd. SoFi is now the 80th largest bank in the United States, up 10 rankings in just 1 quarter. The stock is moving up today. Check back here a little bit under 7. 7 is going to be a lot of pressure. They're trying to turn off the volume, just borrow just enough shares to cool off this little rally and hope they can hold on for 7 and just make those calls worthless. That will be just one last win, I believe, for the Bears as they try to sort of unwind this position and make sense of things, because I don't think the world's going to fall apart in December. I think the writing's already on the wall. I think SoFi already knows what Q4 looks like after almost 2 months, and management still seems as confident as ever. They're going to turn in that GAAP net profit. I think growth is going to be even better than people expect. I think we could see close to 4 billion in new bank deposits. So SoFi is really hitting on all cylinders. The FUD machine is very intense, of course, coincided with this massive shorting the last 3 weeks, but just didn't really have the desired effect. I don't think they made nearly as much money as they wanted to. I think they gave up a lot of shares. Now I think they're completely upside down. And they basically need a miracle. They basically need a Hail Mary. Who's dumping thousands of shares? Um, I don't know. I don't know who's talking to, but oh, dumping. Yeah, buying. I was buying, guys. I was buying even at like I sold some at the top. I was buying back 840. Then I was buying 720. Then I was buying, 680. Then I was buying lower. So, and then the last, at these lows, 640, 650, that's where I just went headlong and put in everything I had. But guys, stock checking back now, $6.95, up 3.5%. The growth stocks are not going crazy at all today, guys. It's kind of an inverse thing. Like Affirm, same as SoFi, but Palantir is just a little bit down. PayPal's up slightly, Upstart down, but Upstart again had a horrible time of it recently. I don't know why they're not down even more. I just think that company's going to zero. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got to do some shopping. Got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of work to do before I get to that. But wanted to wish you guys a happy Turdkey Day. Let me get one more check of the short interest before I get you guys out of here. Just refresh this baby. And guys, maximum pain has dropped down to $6.50. But again, the put volume is so low. There's just not a lot of conviction there. So today, guys, and then just recently here, they're returning a few more shares. This is delayed half an hour or so. But we're right back in the channel, guys, as far as the chart goes. Again, this is like old stuff. There was really nothing to worry about on this chart in the first place. They're just hammering the stock, trying to get you to capitulate. It's not really working, guys. They bounce off every time. They're not able to make a market. They're not able to consolidate. The fact that the market won't consolidate at the lows means that it's artificially oversold. I mean, this stock has a lot of room to go up. It's wound up real tight. The SPAC price was $10. The management's been absolutely killing it, knocking it out of the park for the last couple of years since then. The bank's growing rapidly. Galileo's about to start earning. We could hear big announcements there anytime. So I don't know, guys. I think they were extremely foolish to dig into this short in the sixes, and I think they're going to really pay the piper over the next couple of months. It would be very nice to close at 707, Duncan, and still that would be fine. They would kill the options at 7. Those would be completely worthless, and we could still, push back up into this range above this candle here. That would be nice above this candle. So Hybrid Duncan, good to see you guys. Want to wish everybody, Harry Toe, happy Thanksgiving. Not a Lurker, Billy Jack, Carl, whoever else is here, guys. Really appreciate you. I'm Russo, Brooks, Steven. Great to see you guys. Phil, Manny, Bobby, Alberto, Chaos, everybody else. I don't know if I missed anybody. Not a Lurker. Carl, Robert, good to see you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Matt, Billy Jack. Um, Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good luck with the SoFi stock. Good luck with your shares. Try to enjoy your friends and family and not worry too much about your stocks over the holidays. They will be here to torment you again on Friday and next week. But even take Friday off, guys. SoFi stock is not going to fall apart. Everything is going to be just fine. And we'll just have to see what happens. Volume is not crazy, but I expect this to push back up. I just don't think. I think the bosses have told these guys, stop shorting this. It's just getting crazy and it's getting stupid. And if this thing, does a semi squeeze. And the other thing I want to talk about is the HalfBEAR. It was just a term I made up to describe the Chia pet and the bologna sandwich. Like the bearish analysts are 7, 8, 9, 10. They're a HalfBEAR. It's a half measure. I never take a half measure. Anyway, guys, yeah, 707. Turkey or pig, guys. Why not do both? Why not do a little bit of both? Anyway, Ben Stiller, not the best actor, not the funniest guy, but he's had a tremendous career. He must know somebody very, very powerful in Hollywood. But anyway, no, he made some funny movies. Something About Mary's great, but I sort of like the rest of the cast more than him. But anyway, guys, I don't mean to make this into a diatribe about Ben Stiller. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I hope you have a great one. It is the SoFi stock. Ticker symbol is SOFI. It's November 22nd, 2023, almost 11:30 a.m., and the stock is up 24 cents on the day on about 29 million shares traded. Yeah, it's not the decompressing show right now, guys. Still too much work to do. Still too much going on, but have to get ready for the holidays. Just jam it into high gear, and then on Friday we can relax, get a little bit of work done, and chill, and move into our weekend. Guys, happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you tuning in. It's Poco Moss. We try to give you just a little bit more. My name's DannyDealz. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.